Underwood. Thin ice! To smoke some weed and shut up. My God.
Oh, there it is. Boom!
Yes! All right, episode 172. It's right in my face.
Right in front of your face, sure.
Right in front of me. Episode 170. Oh, I added an A to that word. Episode 172, Illini Basketball Podcast, October 25th. What's the year? 2023. Okay. Nailed it.
I'm Tyler Bramley. That's Ethan Carter.
I mean, you just step on me again.
I think it works better that way.
Sure. Why
you
not?
Intro, I intro us.
Just zero flow, but that's all right. It's a work in progress. Season predictions episode. Season begins in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. Yeah, 12 days. No, it's a Monday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, 12 days. Nailed it. Eastern Illinois, right? There you go. Is the opener. And we got a lot to cover today. I mean, there's a lot to do outside of the predictions part, which is going to be the main part of this episode in terms of what people are probably here to listen to.
Yeah, there's other things to talk about. Sure. Steve's here. What's going on, Steve? Crypto, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by, guys. I guess the first thing is the big announcement. It was on Twitter Sunday. I don't know. I don't get these. I don't get anything. So, things just happen.
Yeah. Perfect time for a timestamp there. About 2:19, by the way.
Yep.
We have joined the Armchair Illini team. We had Brian Benz on last month. Was that last month? Was that September? I feel like that sounds right.
That sounds right.
Yeah, we had him on. He's from there. We had no idea that this was going to happen then, but a few weeks later, discussions and such. This changes nothing for us in terms of what we're going to do. We're going to have the same number of episodes, same style of watch party, all that stuff. It's just that Armchair is going to be with us in terms of helping out with, promotion and stuff on the website and all that stuff. And obviously we'll be mentioning them quite a bit as well on our end. So I think it's a good move for us. We're not really, I think there's certain networks or things that we could have done or gone to that would have been worse than this in terms of anyway. Yeah. So I didn't want to name names.
If you go armchairillini.com, all their stuff is free. Kind of like us. That was a big part of it. Going with them. Just some hardworking guys that love Illinois like we do. And we look forward to it. We will be under the podcast tab on Armchair Illini.
Yeah, I'll have the link to the website in every description.
Yeah,
for the podcast episodes. So that'll be easy.
Quackle, what's going on? Bradley, how you doing? So we're looking forward to working with these guys. I'm sure that Brian will probably join us on some more podcasts as the season goes along to give his insight. They are good guys to work with, and we look forward to it. So
there you go. And we'll have our logo with theirs up there in the top right. I don't know if that's too small. I really couldn't make it any bigger. That's on me. There you go. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think I guess I could flash
it better not water down the content. Absolutely not. The content's going to be exactly the same, guys.
Yeah.
We're not changing anything. So we'll be here. So so Illinois, we got to watch some actual basketball. If you paid $10 to Big Ten Plus, shout out to them and their terrible audio.
Yep.
But yeah, we got to see them play Ottawa. We got to see our first starting lineup. And it consisted of Rogers, Goody, Damask, Shannon, and Hawkins. If you guys did come to the watch party, we did do a kind of a watch party. It wasn't a real one, but the real one will be Sunday versus Kansas. But yeah,
Is that really a real one? I mean, it's
absolutely. We got a new banner to show people. We're going to be together.
Are we going to actually be
high-fiving? Like
as much?
We don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Are you going to high-five me?
No, probably not.
All right. Well, anyways,
you're missing a lot of comments here.
Sorry, I already did that one. Is Damask Ethan's new Meyer?
I think it's trending in that direction, I have to say.
I believe it is.
I don't think I'm going to have to defend Damask like I had to defend Meyer, though.
Correct.
So, there you go.
Jeffrey said, I watched the replay of the game. This team is a tournament team. Looked way better than you guys made them sound. They crashed boards hard. They got 2 starting lineups. They're going to run pack a lunch. Sorry.
Missing commas. But anyway,
when did we say they were going to be bad?
Well, I think we just had we were probably analyzing every play too much, and also playing Ottawa, guys. I mean, let's relax a little bit. I mean, they looked fun and stuff, but they look like this in every exhibition game against teams like this for every year ever for the most part.
Unless it's Eastern. So
was it an exhibition?
Yeah. The one they lost?
Yeah.
Barstool to Pin 2.0.
Yeah, the problem with that is that they were on their last legs before Dave Portnoy came back in and bought it back. So that's not going to happen to us.
Nolan says, if Armchair keeps expanding, are they going to change their name to Love Seat?
I have to figure that one out. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Love Seats have, I don't know. Never mind.
Swing and a miss.
Armrests. I don't know. Anyways. All right. So yeah, you think this lineup's going to stay the same forever?
No, I don't think it should either. I don't think it's great in a real game. Just because I think the idea of Goody and Damask in the lineup together doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me against a Big Ten opponent or a team like Kansas. I don't know, because they're not like.
But I actually love this lineup because you have the 3-point threat of Goody and Damask both, and they both knock down shots early. They both hit threes early. Goody had a nice little mid-range jumper pull up. Goody did end the game 3 for 10 from 3, which was very Meyer-esque. But other than that, I mean, I think I like this to put out there to get you offense early. To put weapons out there around. So I don't know if you get that if you start Danger and Sick, especially the way that Illinois utilized Danger in this game, because they didn't get him the ball early. You said the other day while we were golfing that Danger pretty much was a non-factor in this game.
Not very noticeable.
Not very noticeable. I did notice that he did kick the ball out a few times, which we didn't see a lot from him last year. So that was nice to see. But as far as starting, I don't know who you put in instead. Do you start Danger? Do you start Guerrier instead?
Do you even consider the matchup thing in other games? Like against Kansas, they can't match Kansas's size with this lineup.
So you start Guerrier? Is that who you're saying?
I don't know.
Goody after this game, I think, loses the starting spot, right? Because Damask was really good in this game.
I think Brad likes Goody too much. I don't know.
Well, I think that's a terrible idea to start Goody over Damask.
I think it is too, and I had been saying both things all summer, taking both sides. So I think I'm more on the Damask side now, obviously. But I do think that they're going to have to figure out a different like you can't play the way that they've played in the past with a lineup like this, you know?
Well, and I think the nice thing is that you don't have to play this lineup for the first 8 minutes. I mean, right. If you play it for 2 or 3 and you notice it's not working, you throw somebody else in there. You take Goody out. Yeah. Who was the first guy in? Do you remember?
Sincere, maybe?
That sounds way off.
I don't know. I mean, the game's I don't.
Jeff says they reminded him of Florida Atlantic last year. Thoughts?
I don't.
But yeah, I think Damask is too good not to start over Goody. He was 2 for 5 from 3, had 8 points. The noticeable thing was the way he passed the ball. He found open guys, and the way he attacked rebounds. He seemed to go after a lot of balls, either on the offensive or defensive end. So I just don't see how you start Goody over him, but that's whatever. The team did end up going 14 of 42 from 3, 42 threes. A lot of them were in junk time, I guess. They were 7 of 17 in the first half, which is nice. The thing that really is kind of irritating, I guess, is that they were good from inside. They were 31 of 36 from inside the arc. So I don't know. They had a bunch of guys go, perfect from the field that if they cut down on the threes a little bit, they're better. Damask was on the podium afterwards, and this is the difference. This is why Damask will not be Matthew Meyer, because this quote from him is not even close to what anything Matthew Meyer was saying.
I mean, we're taking way too many shots
at
Matthew
Doesn't
Meyer.
matter. I can say whatever I want. All right.
It's October 2024. Matthew Meyer has not played in 7 months for the school.
Damask says, as a fifth-year senior that has played a lot of games, I just got to be a leader for this team. I've been around here and can use my experience to help everybody out and just make winning plays. I want to get on the glass, share the ball, just do whatever I need to that night to win games, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to win games.
That's what Matthew Meyer would say.
Matthew Meyer was there to
Okay, go back to the beginning of last season and find a Matthew Meyer quote. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. You can tweet that out later. Steve says, can Rogers guard the one? Can guard one of the best point guards in basketball, or will they need Harris to guard Harris?
It's a big test. DeJuan Harris, Kansas, like his 10th year. Obviously, it's an exhibition game, so I don't think we're going to get the full look of that. But I do think you probably start Ty Rodgers out on him, right? I mean, that's like the prototypical point guard that you might worry about with Ty, because he's 6'1", he's quick.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a little bit of a I don't know. I feel like we're taking way too much away from exhibition games. Like, yeah, Damask looked good, but they're playing nobody. He's used to playing nobody. So,
I mean, we're just excited that Illinois basketball is back. I'm sorry that we can't talk about a game.
Are we not taking too much away from – people are still taking way too much away from these exhibition games?
Sure. Do you think that you should take anything away from the Kansas game?
I think it depends on how the rotations are. Like, if both teams are going to play their starters for like almost, if the starters are getting 25 plus minutes, then yeah, you could take something away from that. I don't know. I mean, they're not throwing everything at them. Brad Underwood pretty much said as much. Not going out there to, try to whatever he said. We'll get to it. I got some quotes.
And Broad said number 18 on the CBS poll, so probably not sneaking up on anybody. Damask is going to be a star on this team for sure. Yeah, coming off the bench, according to Ethan. Hinkle says Brad's going to let his conscience get in the way and start Luke.
This is true.
He never should have encouraged Luke to come back from injury last year.
That team was desperate for shooting, and it's basketball, folks. He was healthy for like 3 months of the season. Why would he just sit there for 3 months when he could play?
Was it 3?
He came back in like mid-January, didn't he? That's like 2.5 months of the season if you count the fact that they can maybe get to the second round in March, which they don't.
Yeah, true.
So it's like almost 2 months of regular season.
Yeah.
Add a couple weeks of that, that's like 8 weeks. You can't just have him sit there for 8 weeks, especially when the guy who was pretty much playing in his role was RJ Melendez. And what did RJ Melendez do last season? Stunk.
Why are we talking about RJ Melendez?
But the first part is correct.
He hasn't played for Illinois.
Because it's a complete tie to Luke Goody. How is what Marcus Damask said tie at all to Matthew Meyer? It doesn't.
Because it shows a difference in leadership.
You should compare him to what's his face?
Damask never said, I'm going to chug 19 monsters tonight.
Okay, Matthew Meyer was not saying stuff like that at the beginning of the season. How do we know Damask isn't going to be ripping Red Bulls or something in February talking about that, and then having food poisoning or playing video games till 6 a.m.?
If he does, I'll shave my head. How's
whatever.
that sound?
Nobody wants to see that.
Terrence Shannon, leading scorer, 18 points. He's perfect from the line, 6 of 6. He did hit one pull-up J that Brad said that he's been working on this year. I still think he's wildly out of control in the open court, but it is what it is. That's Terrence Shannon. He's one of the fastest guys going downhill, so you take what you get with him. He's going to be all Big Ten, and it is what it is. So good. He only played in 10 games. Hinkle says that's
he was healthy for longer.
A third of the season, though, right? I thought Hawkins' 3-point shot looked a lot better. He had a lot more arch on it than last year. He went 2 of 3 from 3, and in the plus-minus category, he was a whopping plus 42. So
that's a real game.
Good stuff. I thought Rogers did fine at point guard. Illinois, they ran a lot of stuff out of the wings. They pushed the ball a lot, so point guard play wasn't necessarily clear in here. Domask did bring the ball up a few times. Seemed like Domask, when DGL was in the game, Domask was running the point, which I thought was interesting. It seems like DGL is going to be more of a 2-guard, at least starting out as a freshman, So I'm okay with that. Rogers had 8 rebounds, which was second behind Hansberry. Hansberry had 12 rebounds. It just seemed like he finds the ball when it comes off the rim. He had 14 points, double-double for the freshman. How many minutes do you think Hansberry is going to play, though?
Not a lot.
Yeah. Do you think he averages 12?
Maybe. I think that'll be close.
All right. That was interesting. Danger only played 13 minutes this game.
Yeah.
Sincere only played 11. So out of the core, Sincere and Danger played the least amount. Moretti had 14. I know it really doesn't matter in this because he's just trying to get everybody time, but I think that he would have used Danger a little bit more.
I think there's something to the idea of wanting to see more of your unknown guys, because I think Danger and Sincere were probably the 2 most well-known quantities in a Brad Underwood system compared to everybody else. Like Quincy Gary has obviously played a lot, but we haven't seen him in this. Hansberry, DGL, Moretti, essentially all freshmen.
Yeah.
So I think there's maybe something to that, and Harmon as well, who looked tiny. I'm sure we'll get to that. Harmon in this system as well.
I did not write anything down about Harmon.
Harmon, I think there was a lot of ups and there was a lot of downs. I think defensively not great.
Yeah, he just looked a step slow. But.
Yeah, I think he was I think there was a couple of possessions where he fell asleep on defense, and he just looks way smaller than listed height.
Yeah. Right. I mean, he shot the ball well. He was 2 of 3 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, which is really good for Illinois considering they were 12 of 22, 46% from the line. A little rough. But yeah, he seemed to get backdoor cut a lot. Brad talked about it afterwards. He was kind of disappointed with how they handled cutters and that they let Ottawa shoot 33s. That was kind of his biggest takeaway was they let them shoot too many threes, which I mean, that one kid was pulling up from 45 feet. So
buggage.
Yeah. But yeah, 12 of 22 from the line. Shannon was 6 of 6. Harmon was 3 of 4. So those guys have 9 of your free throws. Rogers 0 for 4 and DGL was 1 for 4. Brad did make a comment that Dre Gibbs Lawhorn won't shoot like that this season. So he's not worried about that. And then the biggest, kind of the great thing about this team is their ability to pass the ball, to share the ball. They had 26 assists on 45 baskets. So, like I said, it was fun to watch them. You can't take anything away from playing Ottawa, even if Brad Underwood wants to say they're an elite NAIA team. You still can't take a whole lot away from it. So
yeah.
Embrot says Harmon at the point is coming once in a while. The whole team does the mile and under 5:30. Yeah, I think we're going to see almost everybody run the point except for Dane Danger this season. There's a good chance of it. What game are you watching?
No, I'm just trying to switch the channel here. I can't have nothing in front of me. That's bad luck.
Philip says 10 games or less is the threshold for medical redshirt, I believe. So it's very likely Luke Goody can get an additional year. It's good information. Jay says, what's this team's deal with free throws? Man, it has to be better this year. I don't know.
Ty Rogers shot.
Ty Rogers and Dane Danger are kind of going to be the big ones. I don't think Dane shot a free throw this game.
Sincere is worse than
Sincere, not great.
Anyway. DGL 1 for 4 is not good, but
yeah,
he's not going to shoot like that again.
Hansberry doesn't seem to be the greatest free throw shooter either. So
just don't get fouled.
They just got a lot of guys that struggle at the line.
Just let Shannon and Damask get fouled, nobody else.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the game. Now it's on to Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas, good club. Hold on.
Yeah.
Kansas. Kansas. All right. October 29th, Kansas. So that's what? 4 days. There we go. Sunday. I actually almost completely forgot about this until today for some reason. I don't know why.
That they play Kansas Sunday?
Yeah, I forgot it was this Sunday and the whole thing. But anyway, yeah. It seems like there's no timestamp for the Ottawa thing on my screen, but whatever.
Yeah, that's my bad.
We'll have to circle back. It's fine. Right when you pulled up the banner thing, you'll just write that number down. Easy. Somebody could do it right now. Anyway, Kansas, Illinois, charity exhibition will be live 5 o'clock Sunday night, probably live 5 minutes before. I don't know if they'll actually tip it off on time. The Hawaii, Community Foundation Maui Strong Fund is the thing that they're doing here in terms of donations, right? We'll be live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Should be a good time, I guess, right? I don't know, a good warm-up before the actual season begins. I think people are going to have way too many takeaways from this game, and I don't know if that's going to be good or bad.
Yeah, I think it kind of all just depends on what this really is. I mean, how the lineups go. If they play it like I think that these guys are going to want to play this game like a real game, is what I think. Will that happen? I don't know. Will they go all out? I mean, I would say Illinois would like to say they beat Kansas rather than everybody talking about how they won a secret scrimmage. So,
wish they did.
Apparently this game isn't sold out yet. Do you think $40 for an exhibition game is too much?
Obviously,
the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think Illinois would want to sell all these to sell this out, and they can't?
I think they want to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Imbrats agrees. Expensive seats. Jay says, this game is on YouTube, or will it be on TV? Please no Big Ten Plus. It's actually going to be on Big Ten Network. So,
yep.
And we will be having a watch party. So, watch the game, listen to us, or whatever you guys do. We'll be there.
Yeah. During the game. Yeah. So I wrote some things down here, I guess,
Yeah, you did some work.
About time I did something, huh? Even though this is mostly copy and paste.
I do like that we have previews now, because that's about all you ever do.
That's true. That is very true. I don't think anything's ever been more true. Bill Self returning to Champaign, sharing some thoughts. He said that this is his quote, obviously. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for me personally. That sounds like he's talking a lot about himself. To go back to a place that, to be quite honest, I've avoided going to for many years. How about that? And I don't know that's the right thing to do, but whenever I got the NCAA tournament every year, bracket first team, I would look at, where's Illinois? Well, you didn't see him very much there, Bill. I haven't been there quite a lot. We only faced them one time, that was 2013? That was 2012. I think it was a Weber year, wasn't it? Was it a Weber year? Yeah, I think it was a Weber year, like 2011 or 2012, because the gross team that got to the tournament, because I think he only got there once, was 2013. They lost him to Miami in round 2. So, yeah, I think it was like 2011. Illinois was an 8, Kansas was a 1, something like that. Somebody needs to go ahead and fact check that. And so I'm actually looking forward to doing that. He's looking forward to coming back to Champaign. And then this article that I pulled this from was the Topeka Capital Journal, big time stuff. Jordan Gusky, the author, well known, journalist, I'm sure. Self-explained the history he had at Illinois would probably be the biggest reason he avoided returning for so long. He compared it to how he doesn't think Roy Williams felt totally comfortable coming back to Kansas for years. Williams left his head coaching job with the Jayhawks to take over North Carolina, as it was an emotional situation where Williams self-noted his own situation was emotional, too, period.
Was it, though?
I don't know. I feel like
people
think
he shed a tear leaving Illinois to go to Kansas.
Emotional doesn't just mean tears there, guy. You of all people
happy? You think he was happy?
No, I just think that he's probably like, damn, it's unfortunate, but, how could I not do this, And also, I think people at U of I and people that root for the program, I think, why do people hate Bill Self so much? I don't get it.
I think that they were just mad that he left us.
Yeah, be mad that he left, but how do you blame him for leaving? I think anybody in that situation does that. It's Kansas. Kansas is a way better program than this one in terms of historical value, and that's not a knock on Illinois. That just shows that Kansas is one of the 4 premier brands in the sport, probably right there with Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina.
It's true.
So I don't see how anybody blames him for that. It's unfortunate that he left. Also, how about we give Bill Self a little more credit for the fact that he pretty much got the roster or put the roster together of the team that is talked about more than any team in the history of this program by a mile, 0405.
Do you think if the transfer rule was this way it is back then, do you think Illinois
they would have lost all of them? No, they would have lost all of them. So, yeah. Brad Underwood discussed the game, our current coach. We're not trying to throw curveballs out there, he said. We're not trying to throw some 12-6s and a box and 1, a triangle and 2, or something stupid just to win an exhibition game. Neither of us are about that, so it'll be great opportunities. We'll all play a lot of guys, and yet you're trying to figure things out against a top-flight opponent, and that's the takeaway from that is, what is this?
Why is he talking about doing a box and 1 When has he ever done that?
Speak clearly.
This isn't high school girls basketball.
That felt personal. The takeaway from that is, you're doing it in front of fans. We're raising a ton of money. But from the team side of things, it'll be pretty much who they are every day and who we are every day. What I don't understand about this is why do they have to fully quote Brad Underwood and take out why do we need the 3 times in a row or 2 times in a row? Whatever. It's a stupid thing to complain about, but still. Kansas is the AP preseason number 1. Hunter Dickinson 0-3 all time against Illinois. This one's not going to count. Hate to break it to you. They're HD. Michigan was 0-4 with him there. He missed 1 game, so 0-3. He missed a game at home, 2022, I believe, February. They lost. Illinois scored 30 points in that game. I'm pretty sure they were horrible on offense. Before we get to this last part here, I guess we should get back on some of these comments here. A lot going on.
A lot going on. Hopefully the game against Kansas goes better than last year for Goody.
Yeah, I hope it's the same result for the team, though, which was a dominant victory.
I think Ethan said to sit Goody the whole game. Embrot says $40 seats. They must have dropped since I was asked. $40 for 200 section, I believe. I think they're trying to get rid of them now. Jay wants to know how many F-bombs for Ethan on Sunday, over, under 4. Ethan doesn't care about exhibition games, so I'm not even sure.
I think it's going to be under. I don't think I'm going to say that.
Yeah, you can't really get mad at this game, right? Unless it's just an ass kicking.
I dropped a couple casual ones during the Ottawa game, though. That's,
I mean, you dropped casual ones on a Tuesday in July, so. Philip says Big Ten Network should have Bruce Weber on the commentary. That would be perfect. Zach says Illinois to the second weekend, please.
Good.
Crypto said that he has to leave.
Well, 20 minutes ago.
It's already gone. Thanks, Crypto, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Nolan says Bill Self would likely have as many national titles if he stayed at Illinois. For sure would have had one in 2005.
I think, how many does he have? 2?
That sounds right.
I think it's a lot
He
different.
struggled in the tournament.
He's had a lot more chances at Kansas, you know?
And
Like,
his
there's
struggles in the
sustainability
tournament have made Illinois fans think that Bruce Weber is the only reason why Illinois got to the national championship. So,
well, that's insane.
Jay has a good point. I just hate Self for basically what might have been. Illinois was becoming a national powerhouse.
I guess, but I don't know if that's I don't know. Feels like I don't know.
And Brat says over under 47 is more like it.
That was great analysis by me just now.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bill Self, 3 Final Fours, 2 championships. But they've also won the Big 12 tournament 8 times and the regular season 16 times.
In what, 18 years?
Yeah. So the only years that he didn't win the only years he didn't win a Big 12 regular season was 03, 04, 2018, 2021. So I think it's actually 20 years he's been there. So because he left in like what, 03? So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Bill Self, good coach.
I
Anyway,
hope Illinois fans clap for him and boo Hunter Dickinson.
I can't defend if they boo Bill Self. I can't defend that.
You know what's going to happen.
That's bad though. Come on, guys. I mean, how
you know the Orange Crush is already working up chants for him.
That's so, and I don't even know if I can say anything about the Orange Crush now. By the way, I don't know.
That's
should
true.
I still do that? Probably not. But
that's true. You said nothing was going to change.
Yeah, but we're removing. You know, I'm getting. You know, I hope that doesn't happen. But hopefully, the Orange Crush doesn't give me a reason to say anything. You know,
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens. But
we'll have to check with our bosses now.
Moving along. Hopefully, it's the Orange Crush, or if they boo Bill Self, that's very much like an ex that can't get over something, and it's been 20 years, guys. You know, like there's certain situations in sports where enough time has passed where you're like, okay, this has to be one of them. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois fans don't forget. Jeffrey,
what is there to forget? It's not like he sucked here. There's probably fans out there that hate Bill Self more than John Gross. I bet there's a couple of those sickos out there.
That I hope not.
I'm just saying, you never know with these weirdos.
Jeffrey is very high after the Ottawa game. Predict Illinois to win the Big Ten title outright and make it to at least the Sweet 16.
I hope you're right. There you go. Does Illinois roll out the Rogers, Shannon, Damas, Goody, Hawkins lineup again?
Yes.
Okay. How many threes do they shoot? I'm going to go 36, by the way.
I'm going to go with 29. I think they keep it under 30.
I think there's going to be too much funny business in the last 15 minutes or so.
I mean, do you think if this game's – I mean, they're not going to roll out – unless Illinois is down 20, they're not going to roll out –
Yeah, they are.
DGL to shoot 6.
Yeah, they are. He said they're going to be playing a lot of guys. They're going to be playing everybody.
Yeah, but they're not running a box and 1 or a triangle and 2. Thanks, Brad.
That's something stupid. They're going to be running something stupid just to win an exhibition game. But they're not.
I mean, isn't the thing that Brad's going to play a lot of guys all year long? Isn't that what we're?
Sure, why not? By the way, I probably won't attack the fan base this season like I have in the past.
That's nice of you.
But I feel like I should be able to, bring things up when needed. Hopefully that doesn't happen this season. It did happen last season. I think there was good reason for that. I think
you're going to have to get off those Facebook fan pages then.
Well, those don't even count as fans. Those don't even count. But I mean, yeah, hopefully whatever that dude's name was that was running the Orange Crush doesn't get all butthurt over a little bit of criticism. That's probably part of why there was a problem, because the guy was a complete baby over me saying the Orange Crush needed to do better. I mean, that's ridiculous. Anyway, soft college kids in that regard for him. But yeah, hopefully the Orange Crush is better this year. Have some more different chance. I do think they've kind of been hurt by the fact that the State Farm Center is laid out in a way that's not great. I think that hurts. But I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I had a point. I just forgot it. So there you go.
Coy says Underwood said he would play everyone for the first 30 minutes. The final 10 would be a mid-season rotation look. By everyone, does that mean H.A.
Ashton
Red?
Kutcher.
Because he didn't even do that in the Ottawa game. So
Right.
Philip says odds Hunter is randomly sick to avoid playing Illinois again. No, this might be his only chance to beat Illinois. So
Is it weird that I like Hunter Dickinson?
I don't mind Hunter Dickinson.
It's kind of weird. I posted this on
I think
Twitter
there
the other
needs to be
day.
more heels in college basketball.
But I think there's a point with a guy like that where it gets annoying. Like when you're saying so much just to say it, where I get annoyed by it. I don't think he's quite there yet, but I think he's close. I posted this on Twitter the other day, got 0 buzz. I don't know. I think I just posted it way too early in the morning, 11 a.m. November and December watch party schedule. This is very tentative, I believe the word is. I think that we'll probably do all 7 of these, but I think there's possible additions to come. Like there was a few games. I don't think we plan on doing the Michigan game, and then we just did it, probably because Michigan wasn't very good last year. That ended up being one of our best because it was like 8 hours long, and there was a ton of audio issues early. You got there late, and then went to double overtime or whatever. That was when we look back on this 100 years from now, and we're both alive still, and we look at the watch parties that we did, I think the Michigan one is going to be underrated. I think there's going to be a lot of Missouri talk. There's going to be some other games that are talked about. The Michigan one from last season, a good one. Maybe if people are weird enough to want to rewatch our stuff, you might want to rewatch that Michigan one. Just saying. That was a good promo right there. So we will be doing Eastern Illinois on Monday, November 6th, the opener. We did that last year. We'll be doing Oakland, I believe, probably 99% chance. I put it on here, so we have to do it. Even if you're not there, I'll be there. Okay. Oakland, Friday, November 10th, 7 p.m. Valpo. The first 3 here are Big Ten Plus games. So that's really the reason why we're doing those. Valpo, Friday, November 17th, 7 o'clock. These are all 7 o'clock in the top row here. If you're watching the video. Southern, Sunday, November 19th, 7 p.m. That's a Big Ten Network game. Tuesday, December 5th, Jimmy V Classic against FAU. That's at 5:30 p.m. Weird time there. Colgate, Sunday, December 17th, noon. You said Illinois was going to lose that game, but you've since revised your stance there, which is cowardly.
I told you that was early. I was early.
Whatever.
I saw him play Ottawa, and now I'm convinced.
And then Missouri, Friday, December 22nd, 8 p.m. And I think there will be some additions here. I can see, I wouldn't totally rule out Marquette yet. Maybe. We'll see. You're going to Tennessee, so we can't do that one. Maybe the Rutgers game on December 2nd. We'll see. So keep an eye out. We'll always obviously schedule and post about it on Twitter. You can follow the Twitter right down there. So there you go.
Yeah. We might be doing something a little bit different for the Missouri one, too.
And if you want to get a look at Riviera Country Club right there you go.
We'll let you guys know about that. Coy says, Hunter is a front-running egotist, not a heel. Michigan fans couldn't stand him even when he was at Michigan.
That feels like a very broad statement, but I digress.
Embrot says, I was good with Dickerson until he did the bring it wave to the crowd when Michigan got the lead. From then on, no beat down is good enough.
It doesn't feel like a great reason, but that's it's your prerogative or whatever that word is.
Quackle says, can we get Kendrick Nunn for the Oakland watch party?
I will work on that. Yeah.
We'll see what our connections at Armchair Illini can do now.
Yeah. I don't know where is Kendrick Nunn still playing in the NBA? Might have a game that night.
I think so. Yeah. But yeah, come join us Sunday. What time's the game?
5.
5 o'clock, we will be in Ethan's basement.
Kendrick Nunn playing for the Wizards.
New banner, new microphones, same old us.
Yep.
So, all right. What you all are here for, obviously.
40 minutes before this. Jesus.
This won't take long.
Well, probably not.
40, 30.
Yeah, the one up there, the Ottawa one was definitely wrong. We'll have to go back and fix that.
I just went back and looked at it, bro.
But you had the wrong one because you said 17 whatever. It wasn't 17. We didn't talk about the armchair thing for 15 minutes. I don't think it was 7 either. Are you sure it was 7?
I went back to our YouTube and looked at it.
Did we talk about armchair for 5 minutes? I don't know.
Well, your intro takes 3.
We'll check the tape. Anyway, here we go. Season predictions. Team leaders. I don't know how accurate we've been with these in the past. Probably not too accurate.
Do you want to know how accurate we were last year?
Sure, why not? What the hell?
I can pull up that doc. Hold on.
And I will pull up the stats.
How many episodes ago do you think that was?
40 maybe? 30?
That's not the right one.
I'll find the episode too. You know, this is
119.
When people click on the timestamps, they're going to be like, what are they doing?
Episode 119 was last year's. Okay. Last year, you had 8-2 in the non-conference. I had 8-3. I think they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The fact that you have 8-2 and I have 8-3 is a big question mark, to be honest with you.
They went 9-2 in the non-conference. Yeah.
13-7 for the conference last year for you. 17-3 for me.
What did I have? 13 and what?
7.
Okay, they went 11-9, so I win that one.
We had Terrence Shannon leading scorer, Coleman leading rebounder. You had Sky Clark on assists. You had Sky Clark on steals. And your breakout player was Brandon Lee. Mine was RJ Melendez.
Did you guys watch Brandon Lee against Minnesota? I think I win that one.
He might be the breakout player this year for Illinois State.
He's going to be maybe the best big in the country if you don't count 20 or 30 others.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a non-conference first.
Non-conference, I got 8-3. I have them losing to Marquette. Even though I think they could beat Marquette, but I'm
pretty sure that you picked that they were going to beat Marquette earlier. So why are you attacking me for my Colgate?
So I had thoughts of maybe the FAU game being a loss, but I'm kind of locked into the idea that that's going to be a win. So I'm going to stick with that. And I didn't want to do 9-2 because I felt like I didn't want to copy you on both. Like how boring would it be if we both had them finishing with the same record, which, you know, we're pretty close either way, but I had them losing to Marquette. I had them losing at Tennessee. And at this point, at this stage of life, I think the Missouri game is I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, they lose to Missouri every year. So I'm just going to pick them to lose to Missouri again because that's just how life is, you know? So 8-3. So that would be wins over Eastern Illinois, Oakland, Valpo, Southern, Western Illinois, FAU, Colgate, and Fairleigh Dickinson. So 8-3.
Yeah, we're pretty close on this. I have 9-2 losses to Marquette and at Tennessee. I think they're going to win bragging rights this year because you know why? This team wants to win. So
that'll show them. Yeah, I'm sure the 2021 team wanted to win too, and they didn't.
I doubt it. Jay says Coleman needs to get way more rebounds this year. I think he had.
I don't think he's gonna.
He led the team last year with 6.3, I think.
I don't think he's gonna. I think with how many different guys there's going to be on the glass, I don't think it's going to be one guy that's really going to stand out. Which is why
I agree.
My rebounding pick is horrific, and I just threw it down there. So
threw it in there for the heck of it. Okay.
I didn't know what to do. I panicked. In fact, I'm going to change it. That's allowed. It's not on the graphic. I can change this.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a joke. No, it was going to be combined for 7.8.
Okay.
All right, conference games. I have You have them losing to Marquette and Tennessee. I don't know if you said it.
Yeah, I did.
So, conference losses at Rutgers. We both have that. I think that's pretty natural. I don't think Rutgers is very good this year.
Hey, and this is big for me. I got them losing the first game of the year. I had them going 17-0 last year.
RIP the 17-0. At Rutgers, at Purdue, I have them losing. I had them losing. Let's put it this way. I had them losing, getting swept by Purdue, Michigan State. I had them losing at Ohio State, at Maryland.
You always pick that Ohio State game.
13-7. It's a lock. I almost said an F word right there. 13-7.
What does 13-7 get them in the Big Ten? Fourth?
Yeah, fourth. I would say Purdue, Michigan State will be 1-2, and then I think you'll see like an Indiana or a Maryland or maybe Wisconsin be ahead of that.
Yeah. So I have 13-7 also. Loss at Rutgers, at Purdue, at Michigan State, at Maryland, at Wisconsin, Indiana in our house, and Maryland in our house.
So you think they're going to split with Purdue and Michigan State but lose both to Maryland?
Yep.
All right. That's probably why you have them at the seed that you have, Matt, and the seed that I have them at.
Yeah. Coy says, funny thing, Coleman had 24 more rebounds than Dane in 400 more minutes. Yeah, Coleman's not a rebounder. I mean,
is he supposed to be? I don't know.
No, because he never plays inside. I think we'll see him inside more this year, though. So
yeah, probably. He also made that pass to Shannon.
Oh yeah, sick.
People better watch out for that. Yeah. So you have them 22-9.
Yep.
I have them 21-10. You have them as a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. I have them as a 7 seed. The reason that I have them as a 7 seed, because let's look at my scenario here. Their best non-conference win in my scenario is FAU, right? Who knows what FAU is going to be? I think they'll be very good. They have everybody returning from a Final Four team. However, FAU moving conferences into the American this year, Memphis and FAU, it's going to be some competition there between those two. So in this scenario, Illinois' best wins for me are FAU, I guess a road win at Michigan and Northwestern and Wisconsin could matter, but like we're talking, not a great resume. And I think they would be a 5, 6, or a 7 in this scenario. I'm going to go 7 just because it feels right. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like them at a 5 seed if they can get the wins over Michigan State and Purdue.
22-9 feels a lot better than 21-10, even though it's really not.
20 win. Keep giving me 20 wins, Brad.
Well, it's just having 9 losses and a 10 feels like a significant thing, even though I don't think it is. But
that's
it feels
true.
a
when
lot
you add that column, that
no doubt
second one. Yeah, I had Illinois being a 2 seed last year, so. Just so you guys know. Quack will see you later. Damask 2024, he says.
Yep.
So, but yeah, 5 seed. I think 5 to 8 I'd be okay with. 5 to 7. I don't want them to be an 8 seed again. 9 seed, but.
Yeah, they've been They were a 1 seed, then a 4 seed, and an 8 seed, I guess, or whatever. 9, yeah. Or they 9? They were 9 last year.
And sadly, John Rothstein picked Illinois as a dark horse Final Four contender.
Let's not go after him.
Which Andy Katz did last year, and we all saw what happened there.
John Rothstein runs laps around Andy Katz.
Does that make you feel better then?
Yeah, way better. Okay. I'm a Rothstein guy. Everybody knows that. 21-10 overall for me, 22-9 overall for him. Not bad. I think the expectations on last season's teams might have been too high. Definitely it was looking back on it. I think this team has question marks, but I think they have fewer question marks than last season, as you almost assaulted yourself in the face with your headphones.
Broke my whole headset trying to get my dog inside.
There you go.
Fly the Dub says, I'm not convinced FAU can match the season they had last year.
I don't think anybody expects them to. It's just that they have all of the key players returning.
We both have Illinois beating them.
Yeah, if you look at FAU's schedule this year, they play Arizona, obviously Illinois. They got UAB twice, Memphis twice. So a little bit of a different step up in conference, but yeah, they'll be good. I just don't think that they'll. Yeah, I mean, how can FAU match a Final Four run and having the record that they had. I don't think anybody expects that. I mean, they went 35-4 last year. So, all right, leaders. These are the worst part of our picks every year. Not even close.
Absolutely.
Like we're never even in the same universe as to what actually happens. So don't take this information seriously in a lot of regards. Leading scorer.
Terrence Shannon Jr.
Terrence Shannon Jr. I don't even think we need to. I think what makes us seem dumber is putting the numbers in. Let's just
Fair
not
enough.
even say the numbers.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw this up there because breakout player. Here we go. I got Dane Danger.
I got Ty Rogers.
I wanted to go Ty as well, but you stole my pick.
Yeah, I figured. Well, if you did stuff, not an hour before we started, you could
keeps the information fresh in the mind. Nice try. Rebounder, leading rebounder.
Ty Rogers.
I changed my pick at the final hour, aka 5 minutes ago, to Quincy Guerrier.
That's a bold pick.
I like what I'm seeing around the glass room. I think he's going to come in. He's going to play 15 to 20 a game, and he's just going to rebound the whole time and make some shots.
Yeah. Coy says Damask breakout player, third team All Big Ten. Like I was going to pick Damask, but
the Damask hype in the chat today. I love Damask. I think he's going to be very good.
We've always picked returning Illinois players. So like we didn't pick Terrence Shannon or Matthew Meyer last year.
I feel like we did. Did we not?
Nope. Your breakout player was Brandon Lieb, and mine was RJ Melendez.
Okay, I didn't know we were talking about. Oh yeah, we're talking about breakout players. Whatever. Yeah, same thing. RJ Melendez, good pick there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Quincy Guerrier. I think even though we couldn't recognize basketball talent, but punch us in the face, and we have no appreciation of glue guys, I think Quincy Guerrier is going to be a great glue guy for this team. Shout out to Monte. Assists.
I got Damask.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, we're not saying how many.
We're not saying numbers. No,
okay.
No numbers. It makes us seem really dumb.
I thought Damask was really good at reading defense, at least in the Ottawa game. He's really good at reading the defense, finding the open guys. So I expect a lot of that from him this year.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about a lot of this stuff when they got him. Like, if you watch the film and you think about what he did for Southern Illinois, he can do the same thing here. It's just different competition, but he's also got way better talent around him now than he had at Southern. So I don't see how he can't pick up a lot of that and carry it into this season. I think a lot of it was there on the film, the playmaking ability and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'll have him as an assist leader as well. Steals.
I'm going with Terrence Shannon. He led the team last year with like 1.1. So
I'll go Ty Rogers. I think Ty Rogers playing the perimeter in the way that he's going to be playing it, a lot of moving. It's probably going to be Shannon, though, but, just to differentiate a little bit.
What do you think of Ant Wright? I don't know if you saw the tweet by Ant Wright. Somebody asked his thoughts on Illinois' point guard situation and his worries. And he said after watching the Ottawa game, it went from a 7 to 9. So he's even more worried now.
Well, I think the point guard position matters a lot in college basketball. And I think if you go into the season and you go throughout the season with like not a lot of continuity or not a lot of certainty in that spot, I think it can become nerve-wracking because we didn't see a lot of Ty Rogers at the point in this game.
Correct.
Like he wasn't doing that much. Yeah, so I think if you have so many different guys that you try to initiate offense with, I think that might hurt them late in games or later in the season.
It seemed like they did try to find him as an outlet for fast breaks, though. I mean, so in that sense, he was playing like the point guard. So Jay says Illinois is going to win 23 games this year.
I think anywhere from 20 to 23 is a good range.
Yeah.
Get to 20.
All right. That's it. That's our predictions. End of the year, we'll go back and see how stupid we are. And
yep.
You guys will enjoy it. We do have one more announcement. We have been talking about sponsorships every episode, I feel. And we'd like to announce our new old sponsorship, I guess. They sponsored the watch parties last year. They are now going to be our new episode sponsor. So Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon, 700 Broadway Avenue in Mattoon, Illinois. You can find them at www.alamo-steakhouse.com. They have new specials every month. Tonight, Wednesday in October, they're featuring a pork schnitzel, which is pork cutlets with breadcrumbs fried to golden brown. Saturday has a beef fillet with roasted onions and an ale mustard sauce. And on Sunday, you can get an 8-ounce prime rib with a glass of wine for the low price of $25. Don't forget about their feature appetizer, the Bavarian pub pretzels. And you can finish your dinner off with a nice dessert. Featured dessert this month is a towering carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. So we'd like to thank Nancy and the Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon in Mattoon for being our new episode sponsor. We will announce them every episode, tell you about their specials. And if you would like to be a sponsor for either the watch party or an episode, the episodes, we do it every episode. Reach out to us on Twitter. You can DM us, or you can find us at Illini Basketball Podcast at gmail.com. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, leave a review. Better than 1 stars, please. And yeah, thanks again to the Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon. Check them out the next time you're in Mattoon.
Yep. Thank you to them. Let's also put this out there while we're here.
Sure.
Can we get some people in here to go leave a review on Apple that is 5 stars if you don't hate us? Because I want to boost the numbers there. We're at 4 stars right now.
This is like begging for subs where people stop unsubscribe. So now we're just gonna.
I'm trying to get an army of people to
reviews.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. Since the last episode, we have gained what?
We're 357 right now. So
357. So thank you for whoever hit the subscribe button. If you like our content and us rambling about Illinois basketball, the season's coming up, so you don't want to miss an episode because Ethan gets real feisty once the season starts. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we need to get to 500. That's the thing. If we're not at 500 before the season starts, as I've said many times, I'm quitting. So
yeah. Jeff says Damas will take over for Ty at point guard. I can see that. Jay, who was your freshman or newcomer breakout player? Don't know if I heard that or not. We didn't do a freshman. I think we stopped doing that last year.
Yeah, I'll go DGL.
I'll go Hansberry.
Good stuff.
Our breakout players were mine's Ty Rogers. Ethan's is Dane Danger. He can throw that graphic back up or something. You guys want to see it?
Too late for that. I'll post it on Twitter.
Porchfly says, and now for the subscription begging portion of the show. No, we are done. That is the
you
episode.
You know, Porchfly, if you don't like it, then go. Huh?
Unsub.
I'm not even begging. I just said we need to get to 500 or I'll quit. How is that begging?
Yeah, we'll get there about 5 years from now. So
whatever. I just thought that we had, people that enjoyed watching us. We had a lot of viewers during that Ottawa game.
Yeah.
In terms of our usual, I'm curious to see how the watch party numbers look this year. I think the Kansas one should be pretty good. I've had it scheduled for 3 weeks, so people have probably seen it a billion times, and the watch party thumbnail kind of can grab some eyes. Maybe it's it's a completely different look from what we usually have for these.
Yeah, so you should put Hawaii in all of them.
I didn't do that. Let's get a look at it here while we're here.
I thought that was the thing. No, that wasn't the thumbnail.
Nope, the thumbnail is this. Watch this.
It's a lot of clicking.
Whoa. There you go. How about that, folks?
Yeah. So expect random pictures from Central Illinois in the background of all these.
Excuse me?
I don't know. I mean, why not?
This is a special thing. It's promoting something. So, all right. I wanted to get to an hour, so we got about 25 seconds. We've done an hour like 5 or 6 times in a row. We got quite a streak going with that.
Yes. We'll be back Sunday. Me and Ethan are playing in a hard course day Saturday, so hopefully we make it through that. It's supposed to be like 50 degrees in Central Illinois. So
the weather Sunday is going to be way worse. The low on Sunday.
yeah, but we're going to be inside watching basketball.
Just saying, the low on Sunday is 27. We're lucky that it's not that way on Saturday.
I told my dad, I'm like, it's going to be 53 on Saturday now, and he goes, well, it's supposed to be like 40 on Tuesday, and I'm like, I'm not playing golf on Tuesday.
Well,
so
I'm just saying, it's called context. All right.
See you fly the dub.
Yeah, we'll be back Sunday, and then we will do something probably live before November 6th for the game. I don't know if it'll be an episode per se, but maybe a subscription begging show.
Yeah, only begging on that one.
Yeah, so and then we have Friday, November 3rd, college basketball season preview for the entire country. That is just an hour and a half of me talking for an hour and 25, and then Tyler popping in and out every once in a while.
That is on Ethan's main page. What's that? Shout that out.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I don't think it really matters. I mean, nobody watches that anyway.
Well, how are they going to find it?
I'll retweet it on the podcast, Illini podcast account.
Okay.
Yeah, we got. Let's just keep showing graphics while we're here. We got this one for that. Some nice basketballs there.
Those are some sweet basketballs.
So yeah, we'll talk about that. I also got a tomorrow morning at 6:50 a.m. I got a college basketball 5 sets of top fives coming out on my Substack. I'll tweet that as well. Some interesting stuff in there. I had top 5 fan bases, and I gave our fan base a shout out. So you're gonna want to check that out there.
Jay says he shot 74 yesterday. Wow, playing for 7 years. When you get to 7 years, you might be able to do that, Ethan.
True. I mean, yeah. All right. Yeah, a couple times. All right, we'll be back Sunday. We'll see everybody then.
Later.